Constitution guarantees marriage equality.
As the gantry is pulled back.
I am a Negro, and I'm very
But
proud.
I remember the feeling that it left.
We had two chimp flights. One was with Ham and one was with Enos. Ham was on a suborbital flight. And they were well trained. They weren't along just for the ride. They had to push buttons, pull levers in response to a light. If they did so properly within the time allotted, they were rewarded with a banana peel. If they did so improperly, they were rewarded with an electrical shock to the bottom of their feet. That was to wake them up and get them back to work. But the one thing that, first of all, one of the objectives of the program was to determine man's ability to function in space, and the chimpanzees were trained to do all of these things. And we used the chimpanzee, quite honestly, because if they didn't survive, we felt it better, I think, to sacrifice the chimp as opposed to a man. But we had a pretty good idea that they were going to do well, and they did very, very well. What happened on Ham's flight was the booster engine shut down 2.5 seconds prematurely, and that triggered an abort.
Uh-oh.
And the escape rocket pulled the capsule away from the booster with about a 17 G thrust. That's pretty good thrust, pretty good force. And that would have been fine, except that Ham's apparatus failed during that extreme force. And regardless of how well he was doing, he was being shocked.
Yeah.
And that made him mad.
I can't
And
imagine
so
why
when
that
they-
would bother him at all.
When they opened the hatch, they were confronted with a very, very peeved monkey.